flock friends, my name is Courtney and I started the Bird Brains flock because I am really passionate about companion birds and providing them with the best care so that they can be as happy with us as we are with them. I wanted to start out by saying I'm not a professional on the subject. I'm just a registered nurse here in Canada. I have two birds myself, a green-cheeked conure named Kiwi, original I know, and a cockatiel named Pikachu. That is my son's. So I love learning about avian care. I love to share information about it, and I really just want to help you be better companions for your companion parrot. I believe that I love learning about avian care, and I believe that owning a companion parrot is not like having a dog or a cat. It's hard to find information, and a lot of it is just word of mouth or personal experience or stuff you see on social media, which can be dangerous. There are some really great organizations out there like the Hagen Agriculture Research Institute or the World Parrot Trust, but the amount of information and true research is really a fraction compared to what it is to owning a dog or a cat. I know you can find dog training centers in every town and city. You can go to any pet store, find toys, supplements, cages, safety products for cats and dogs. But when it comes to birds, there's really one shelving unit for food and one for toys, most of which are not optimal products for birds, and especially compared to the knowledge we have now. For me, the nearest bird store is about an hour and a half away. Shout out to Jungle Services in London, Ontario. They're wonderful. There are still so many outdated avian care practices that are still very prominent today. I will go through them throughout my videos, but my main goal is to spread information so that most owners understand the requirements of caring for birds before they get into it. Or if you have a bird and maybe you feel like you're in over your heads, maybe you didn't know what you were getting yourself into, let's take a step back together, and we'll work on our practices one day at a time. Even me, I know I'm not perfect. I'm just trying to do my best every day, and I'm trying to learn and do better for my birds. The big thing that I want to drill into your head is that you'll hear the terms companion parrot and hand tame, but those terms are not interchangeable with domesticated. Parrots are not domesticated animals. So they're still considered, just because they're captive bred, they're still considered wild animals. That's because they still demonstrate the same properties and behaviors as they do in the wild as they do in our homes. So that's why avian care is so complex, because we have to remember we can't expect the wild animal to come into our household and adapt to our lifestyle. It's important that we understand that we're committing to this parrot, and that we need to adapt to their lifestyle. We need to adapt to their needs, their complex needs, and give them what's best for them. One of the biggest, and the reason I want to say this is one of the biggest myths that we hear about behaviors is that you shouldn't let them perch on your head or shoulder because that's their way of trying to dominate you. Really, if you look at parrots in the wild, they're prey animals, so they don't try and be an alpha bird. You don't hear someone saying, oh, that's an alpha bird. Because that just doesn't exist. What we do see is parrots will try and perch on the highest branch of the tree because they are prey animals, and it provides the best visuals for them to keep an eye out for predators and keep an eye out for each other. The point of me saying that is that I want this school community to mimic the dynamics of a flock. You guys are all members of my flock. I'm not here to dominate anyone or put anyone down. The fact that you're here means that you have your best interest of your birds at mind, and I absolutely commend you for that. But I also understand that what I know may be different from what you know. So with that being said, I will do my very best to make sure the information I share is up to date and correct. But I am only human. I'm just doing this because I care. I only have good intentions, so please, if I get something wrong, don't hesitate to contact me and edit it so that I am providing up to date and not misleading information. I do want to create content that's useful, fun, and relatable, so if you have questions or have suggestions for other videos, please don't be afraid to contact me and ask me. I appreciate that you're here, and I really look forward to learning together. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you soon.